Hello ladies and gents, today we'll be doing another skybox analysis video, and I'm actually using the same demo as the previous video, which is EG versus OG, the first series that they played. And instead of looking and focusing more on the T side of OG this time, we'll be actually looking more towards EG. Now EG, we're going to look at two of the rounds in which they win, which are gun rounds, which are more pivotal rounds. Because you guys can see it's 10-10 right now. We're going to do round 21 and round 23. And obviously you can see that there's no spoilers here. Obviously the game already happened. You can see at the bottom who wins which round. So they win both rounds. But I wanted to look at how EG handled things, because there are differences to how they look at this versus OG. So without further ado, we can move into this. And we're going to see, initially 3 players towards Banana for the CT side. Now, this is not something that we have actually commented on. I don't think so far in too many of my Inferno videos. And so just very, very quickly, one reason why you might want to do this, Banana has it has the first rush timing. So having 3 players towards Banana can be really useful because it gives you a few options. The first option it gives you is to have 3 players to commit to fight for top Banana if there is a rush. It gives you the option to dump more utility to very aggressively and very assuredly take the Banana position and really brute force it with your utility. Or it gives you the option to have the ability to react if they do something like challenging top Banana or going towards the side quickly, and then having the ability to go for retakes with lots of extra nades. Or it just gives you the ability to have the player already rotated. Obviously, that's kind of, I guess we already covered that. And also the other thing that's cool is that if you want to play your utility specifically to use more towards Banana or to mislead the opposition as to how much utility you're spending at Banana, for example, if the opposition thinks, we've seen 2 smokes towards Banana, that means they don't have any smokes left. Well, if one of these guys throws a smoke at the beginning of the round, then rotates, there is still going to be 2 more smokes left on Banana, meaning that there is still another smoke that can delay you in that previous situation I just highlighted. So it just creates more obscurity in terms of how the other team might read your utility and how they might understand the advantages or disadvantages into attacking a bomb site. Again, if they think you've run out of utility but you still have a smoke left, that can kill their round if they decide to act on that information that's wrong. Okay, so we've covered some of the reasons why you would have 3 players on Banana. And you can see here also LXCB can just toss a flash over for pop flashes if necessary. That's kind of the position he's taking with the pop flash. But either way, another interesting opening here from the T side is we're not going to see the typical 2 players towards the B apartments and then 3 players towards the Banana position. We're going to see instead a 3-2. And this is going to be something we're going to focus on here because obviously this is a slight difference to the typical default approach. Now, Circle throw the first molly, and there's a few things that can happen once this molly goes down. Of course, we see the initial CT utility, the molly here, but they don't actually end up throwing a smoke onto this, which sometimes the TTs will just smoke this straight away. And now we have Ethan pushing forwards with another Molotov. So they're keeping the Molotovs on this position to prevent the CTs from being able to attack forwards. At the same time, they have taken apartments with the usual 2 players. They've already got Stan, who's kind of set up in mid to throw an arch smoke, and Cirque, who's looking here for any pushes. So, perhaps there is the read that there could be pushes from the CT side. However, we can see that the CTs are very passive on the bomb sites because they're quite weak at this point because the rotation still needs to be had from their because of their initial opening. So because they're more aggressive towards the B side of the map, they have to be more passive towards the other side of the map, unless you're absolutely mad and wanting to make heavily minus EV plays. But we don't want to be making minus EV plays, generally speaking. Okay, so we've got the second molly here. Ethan is keeping tabs on this position. He's just holding the line of sight here. So yes, there can be CTs around this position, but he's making sure that there's no CTs trying to push. That's kind of what he's kind of keeping. He's keeping a handle on that. Now we're going to see Stan is going to be rotating towards Banana. He's going to toss a molly as well to keep the pressure up and remove Mantu from this position. So that angle can no longer be held. And now they can take top Banana. So now they've got top Banana control. Now, this is really cool. They're going to double nade stack onto first oranges. and that's a neat little move, because that's also kind of indicative that you might want to be actually pushing into this B bomb site. So right now there's a lot of pressure towards this B bomb site, given that this position's just been taken and there's been some nades through to this, and there's no info. There's not that much info right now for the CTs. Mantu has this line of sight, but again, doesn't know how many players are around the car position. At the same time, we get the arch smoke coming in from Tarek, I believe. And we're also going to see a counter smoke go down here from Alexi B, I believe. Yes, there's a counter smoke. Oh, no, sorry, that's an HE. Oh, actually, the counter smoke is in the next round I want to talk about. So never mind, I confuse things. So we get the rotation back. Now, interestingly, let's look at the timing here. As they're leaving Banana, we see, or firstly, as they are leaving Banana, we see the flash come over just as the smoke is thrown. This is not good timing for the T side, because they're already committing to rotating out. And just as that flash comes through, which they'll know about, Ethan even got flashed, Mantu retakes this position. This gives them, at the 50-second mark, the ability to make the decision. Mantu has actually enough control here to understand that unless someone's hiding in this corner, they don't have top banana control. They don't have top banana control at this round. If they've just rotated out with this smoke, which they have no intention of really using, except it's supposed to be pressure, so this push actually denies this smoke from doing anything, because now Mantu has the information. We could get an immediate response here from Valdi to rotate. And indeed, that's exactly what he does as the T side is moving up. So you can see a difference here. OG were more successful. And if you missed the previous video, check it out. OG were actually, every round that I looked at, when they tried to make these plays, they were much more successful in terms of tricking the opponents or creating a situation where it was less certain. But you can see here, OG understand exactly what's happening by just getting Mantu in position already. So very good information seeking from them. And then we get a perfectly timed smoke coming in towards Arch. This really starts to kill the round here for the T side. Now, again, we understand that the CT side are doomed in this round. They're going to lose this round, which kind of sucks for them. However, if we look at the positioning, this is really cool, because Valde has this angle, which is really annoying, where he's playing with this kind of statue. This one's not statue, but like this water fountain thing or whatever it is. I don't know, like, do you wash your hands in this? I don't know. I don't know what it almost looks like a... Anyway. So yeah, this is a really annoying position to have to deal with, especially given that he has a creek and you have to pass through this position. Do they want to waste the smoke on that? Probably not. We'll see what they decide to do. You might want to try to save a smoke for post plant, but this angle is important, and that allows a lot more safety for these players to kind of focus towards the lane position. They have a player in the pit that can always deal with anyone jumping out of the pit. And right now, EG are pretty committed towards the A side of the map. If they went for a fast rotation, there could be a lot of problems, but they're already in position for the A play. So it's better to just go for it at this point. And we'll see how this actually ends up panning out in terms of the execution. So indeed, they'll smoke this, respecting OG here. And now the collapse comes. We just lost MBK. So MBK is trying to take a forward position here. Stan wins the 1v1. No trade, unfortunately. That was a one and done position for MBK. Doesn't work out. Still a decent enough chance for them to do something here, but it's starting to look grim. Flashbang comes out. Who threw that flash? Is that from Breeze? Yeah, this is a fantastic flash. Look at where this flash lands. Let's look at this flash again. So let's just look at the beauty of this flashbang. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Bosh, look at this. Look at where the flash is. Look at where the flash is. That is a, excuse my French, fucking phenomenal flashbang. Look at the timing. Just absolutely clinical. Beautiful. Beautiful flashbang. Completely kills everything. The one and done from MBK, he's dead. As the swing comes out from Mr., he has to swing at that moment. And he's got a favorable angle until the flashbang comes in. It's here. His teammates are protected. Now Alexi B is alone. There's nothing he can do at this point. He's been overpowered. The play through the smoke was made as well. Circle wins the 1v1. That's not always going to happen, but they did enough with good team play and coordination that they would have been able to deal with this anyway. Great rounds. Great round from EG here. Of course, again, This didn't go too perfectly, their ability to deny information, but we can see that that's something that maybe they can find a way to tighten that up. Maybe they can, maybe you can just say, you know what, OG just had a great read this round. But you know what, whose execution was fantastic? It was EG's just phenomenal execution into the bomb site. It's a very, very strong push. When you can split A like this, it's always, and if you have the utility, it's always very strong because the site players have a very hard time. And then you can very easily isolate a pit player with a well-placed smoke to really absolutely murder the site players, and then you're good to go. And there are actually setups where you can basically force the CTs back into the site and make them play really passive and then hit them with a round like this and they'll just get wrecked. So, but anyway, I digress. Into the other round I wanted to talk about. Okay, so... Man, that flashbang was beautiful. Okay, so we get the same opening here for the CTs. Different opening for the T side. Much more pressure towards Banana. So let's look at how they handle this. Same first Molotov. Same first incendiary from the CTs. Now we're getting the HE. And there's going to be a lot more investment here, a general bombardment with more utility. Another anomaly. Again, this was exactly the same in terms of 1 Molotov, 2 Molotovs as the previous round, but what is different? Almost the entire bloody team is present. So they're going to start walking up. Mantu's on this angle still. And he could be in a lot of trouble. This is a pretty good angle because if he gets flash, he can just fall off. Although, looks like the boost came in. So let's quickly look at that just to double check. And yeah, boom. He got absolutely wrecked there by that boost. Lovely stuff. Okay, so moving forwards, now that he's been wrecked by that boost and he's not got that much information, they are deciding to, with all the players in position, it's like, let's just go for it. They've got all the utility and they're going to just bombard the site and just very quickly move in from that. And this is a really simple thing. They knew that they had a really good timing. Even though there aren't players in position, they can get onto the site and they can likely challenge for construction, which is you need to be able to do. It's not enough really to just have Banana and to have the site this early in the round. If you only have Banana in the site this early in the round, and with this smoke up, the CTs get to throw retake smokes for free. And when the CTs can smoke this off, and they have construction, then there's a huge problem for the T players, because maybe they've committed 1 or 2 players towards the Banana position, and now those players are isolated from whoever's playing on the site. And if they don't have construction, you become extremely vulnerable to incendiaries, of which there will be some when a round is this early. Again, this is a huge principle in Counter-Strike. If you make a really fast contact play or very fast site take in Counter-Strike, at the beginning of the round, the CTs have not thrown their utility yet, most of it, which means that the retake will be a lot stronger. And if it's a very good professional team, then we're going to see retake utility, which will really change the game. Part of the reason you play slow rounds is to drain the utility to create problems for the CTs in retaking. So we'll just look at the post-plant scenario here for them. So you can see that this is a dilemma. They've got the smoke here and here. So we'll see how it actually pans out. Quick nade bounce across by Alexi B onto the typical the typical planting spot. And you can see because of the economy and because they've already lost 1 player, they decide that this is not worth going for. And this is a pretty smart decision in many respects, because if you look at the money situation, obviously it is kind of dire. And sometimes you have to understand that, especially on a map like Inferno, you can get really overcommitted. Sometimes teams will it's like in poker where you can get pot committed. This happens to teams a lot where they'll invest 1 player. Maybe that guy will get a pick. Now it's a 3v3. Your odds are still really bad. And so the question then becomes, let's say, we take these guns into the next round and kind of consider the impacts of our economy and, the momentum and everything else. All these kind of future implied ideas that will affect the odds of us having success in later rounds. let's crunch those numbers. And you know, are these 3 guns can we actually just buy around these and have a pretty good buy the next round? And actually maybe we'll get a better opening. If the case is yes, then you should probably save what you have in some cases. Obviously the context can really, there's a lot of variables there, but you have to think about these things. And it's very good to see that they go for the save here. And this is another really simple but effective round from EG. And you know what? Again, wanted to keep this one a little bit shorter today. So 15 minutes, couple rounds. I hope you enjoyed it. I might do more from this demo because there's a few more rounds left. And yeah, let me know if there's any ideas that you want to see explained more, or anything that you really like you want to see more of. I would love to hear that. All right, guys, thank you. See you on the next one.